We're live.
All right. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. I have Cindy as well as Susan here with me today.
We're busy right now because we're kind of hearing crickets at the moment. We're trying to keep the office busy, the crew's busy. I don't know if any.
Yeah, that wasn't me. Just to throw it out there, the brains behind Wholesale Fencing, his name is Adam Butts, and it's great. If and when you need to get your fence materials, we sell them nationwide, all different varieties, and that's the only plug I'll throw in there.
I think it's gonna dumb our generation up a little bit, though. I'm nervous that after a while, nobody's gonna be writing their own emails. They're just gonna be They're gonna be typing in, tell Susan, I think she smells funny.
Yeah. He asked me about it too. He says, "What's Susan's mom's name?" And I said, "Toby." And he was like, "She requested me." And I said, "Accept it. Duh, we love mom."
And we started doing meetings in the morning. And we have designated, I don't know if you guys have how you do your teams.
International BNIs.
BNI.
Yeah, they
BNI. Every city.
Yeah. Y con eso, hablando de eso, es qué difícil es cuando una persona entra a trabajar a un lugar que nada más hablan en inglés, ¿verdad?
I love the challenge. I love learning new stuff every day. And I feel like if I had to choose to do that on my own, I don't know that I would.
I like that.
I will tell you, my husband and I, we just got into the digital world this last, in 2023. We were still handwriting, all of our lead forms, all of our, fence layouts, everything.
I need my little halo on top of my head.
Does that mean I need to put on my horns?
What the fence show is all about. And, I stuck around because I got a great group of amazing women.
You're talking about, millions and millions of dollars in a contract is not something that is, I guess, typical in the fence world, right?
Makes me jealous. Now I want a horse, Brian.
Hi.
Hello.
We're live. Today is, August 12th. So happy Tuesday, everybody. If you don't know me, I am Michaela. I am with the Women of FWA. And today I have one of my favorite people, Kim. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Kimberly. I own a few companies, one being Fence Boss and another being Camelot Digital Marketing. But ultimately, I am here for you and anything you've got to throw at me.
I love that. So today we're really just talking about targeting your audience via social media and just kind of going over the basics. I think the basics is a great place to start when it comes to social media. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I despise social media with a passion, and that's ironic because I do it for Women of FWA and our company out of Colorado. So I don't know. I guess we can just jump in.
Social media, I will tell you, is very much like dealing with an ADHD toddler.
Yeah.
It really is, because you have to follow what is the trend of the week. How do I could see where it would make people insane. Unless they have multiple personalities, in which case they would love it.
I know. She's like, personality number 2, let's take over TikTok.
Exactly.
So I guess kind of when we get into social media, knowing your intent to post, right? So why are you posting? Are you wanting to educate? Are you wanting to inspire? Do you want to gain sales? Do you just want to entertain? I think that kind of goes down into what platform on social media you're wanting to post to, at least in my opinion.
It does, as well as understanding your audience. You've got to understand the audience of those channels, because you might think, oh, this is great, and it would fit on this platform over here. And it'll fall flat. If you're trying to do a how-to, you've got your YouTubes, your TikToks. Somebody is not going to Instagram to figure out how to build something, how to fix something, because it's just not what that platform is for. And then, of course, for any of us that are in construction, the one platform that makes us all cringe, Pinterest.
I've heard Pinterest is really good though for
it is for certain markets, but the problem is the people posting, you never get it front and back. Picture being a hairstylist and somebody coming in and bringing you a picture of Jennifer Garner. I want this hair. You can only see one side of it. You can't see all of it. So you're not getting a full picture. That's kind of the same situation when you look at some of these channels. If you're not putting the right content on the right channel, you're not going to get the outcome you're looking for.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I guess I really like that analogy, the hairstylist thing.
It's the thing that I think all of us have done at one time or another, taken a picture in and been like, I want to look like this.
Yeah.
So it's just the easiest one for us to accommodate. But think about, like, we have seen fences that are not fences. They not on this planet in any place would they be called a fence.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody will have found it on Pinterest and they will tell you, this is what I want. And that's where it's because people are putting the information in the wrong spots. Pinterest, more when it comes to construction, doesn't really work. It's more of a dream board than an advertising.
Yeah. My Pinterest is insane. I have dream boards for, I don't know, the dumbest stuff, honestly.
I have more than I would even admit to.
Yeah. Instead of scrolling, I'm just on Pinterest. It's really bad. So I guess knowing your intent before you hit post, correct? And what audience you're wanting to reach.
Correct.
Good place to start.
It is. If you're trying to put out a blast to try and get more quotes, and you know that, then you look at the options of what the options are for social media out there. If you're doing it, you're going to be going to places like Instagram, Facebook, when you're trying to pull in leads, whereas you're not going to be putting them on TikTok. Right. That's not where the leads can come from. Where a lead will come from on TikTok is based off of, does your company have a personality? And you have its own account and it has its personality, and what you're putting up is potentially entertaining while being informational. You could put the how-tos, the what not to do's. You can even have fun and throw some in there of like nightmare Karen neighbor wars when it comes to business. There's a lot you can do with it that people will enjoy to keep coming back and consuming that content. But if you're putting the wrong content on the wrong channels, they'll stop looking because that's not why they're there. So you have to understand it's not just your vision of where it needs to go, but are you meeting your potential customers where they're shopping?
Totally. And I guess if people want to know more about this, is there like a breakdown of like, okay, what should you be posting to Pinterest? What comes out of that? Or Facebook or TikTok? Or there's so many, right?
There is. I will tell you that it really depends. I mean, you've got 7 main. There is more social media out there than any of us really know what to do with, but there's 7 main. You already heard me say the one that I'm not the biggest fan of for this industry, although for other industries like product-based industries, sentimental, emotional polls, Pinterest is great for all of that. Mm-hmm. But you really got to look at multiple things. What is the demographic you're selling to? Okay. If you're not trying to sell to 19-year-old homeowners, because how many 19-year-old homeowners are out there that need a fence and would be able to afford it at that age? Mm-hmm. So even if a channel's perfect, maybe the demographic of what's on that channel doesn't make it perfect. So Facebook used to trend very young. Facebook is actually trending out on the younger demographic and is kind of more the staple for the 35 to 50 age range. And that's more so because they're afraid to try other social media channels because it's new tech, right?
Right. Yeah, I check our analytics all the time and I'm like, oh my gosh, we're like 35 to 40 to 45. That's insane.
Right. But 5 years ago, that wouldn't have been the same situation.
Right.
And it depends on what's going on and what the social media channels are offering at the time as to whether they're going to have a big surge or not. You've got X. I don't do much posting on X for any of my customers because honestly, when it was Twitter,
yeah,
everybody was on there just posting, here's what I ate, here's my restroom break, here's this, here's that. Again, those that would be in our target audience have given up on that, or they're only there for political or adult reasons.
Yeah,
Things
I
that
don't
just
know.
don't match us. LinkedIn, that's more business. If you're not targeting a business market, then LinkedIn isn't the place to go.
Right.
Where you're seeing a lot, like you can look at YouTube and look at what some of the vendors within this industry have done with YouTube, showing the win rating on vinyl or whatever. But all of that stuff is stuff that people will eat up. And they put that in the right channel. They put it on YouTube. It's something people can go back to. They don't have to lose it. And it can be spread everywhere else. TikTok has definitely improved itself over the last few years. Remember when they first started, you only had 60 seconds, then it went to 3 minutes. Now you're at 10 minutes. And the other day I watched a full movie on TikTok. I was like, what is going on here?
And it's good quality too.
It is. I mean, but people have to understand, you got to keep up. What is the demographic and mood this quarter? Because it really does change. Although I do think TikTok is one of the favorite ones. That is
I
one.
love TikTok.
I love it because you can have a personality. So those that use their personal profiles to post the stuff for their business, I would say please stop, because sometimes you can upset business people and they will take your personal stuff and throw it on blast. But it also makes it to where you have to always be on guard if you use your personal. Whereas if you have your own, and I know with my customers, I try and walk them down a path to figure out a personality for the business.
Okay.
What is that personality? It doesn't have to be a person, but it's like, what is the personality, the mindset of the business? And you can have some fun with that and actually bring that into your videos on TikTok or YouTube, or even into your straight advertising on other social platforms, because it entertains. If you can find a way to make somebody smile, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
Or if you're just, I mean, I have seen a couple in other industries that have done things like they don't put their industry on blast, but they put the perceptions of their industry on blast. And they kind of do it as a way of killing the stereotypes that have been around for 30 years. And any of us that have been in fencing, how many of us can say, we don't want to hear about how the guy did it in 1983?
Right.
Technology has changed. Products have changed. If that's all you're getting is from there, you're going to get tone deaf to it.
Yeah.
You have this personality and you have this building, and guess what? Then it makes it to where as your company grows, the personality grows with it, but it doesn't have to be you. Somebody else can be the personality as far as programming and posting, but if you're doing everything on your personal, you're putting that hat on yourself. And as a business owner, how many hats do we really need to wear versus how many we choose to wear?
Yeah. Man, Kim, you're so smart.
No, I've just beat myself up a lot.
No.
This is talking from experience.
So Susan did a comment and she said, how do you keep up on the trends? Are you just like doom scrolling through TikTok and you're like, oh, I've seen this same sound 15 times in the past 5 minutes? Or how are we doing this?
Okay, so my answer is going to be a little different than the typical person, because since I have a marketing agency, I track it all. I have software that is scraping and tracking everything in the back end, both positive and negative, based off of hashtags that are being used, based off of spikes in popularity. The average person doesn't necessarily have access to that. There are tools out there that they can use, but stuff like that, there's money involved and it's not really easy. But if you use a marketing company, any marketing company that does social, they most likely do that as well. Or they use a software that'll do it for them, like SEMrush.
Okay.
That's a software out there that if people are trying to do it on their own, they can actually do all of their digital marketing through that. It ties it all together.
Okay. Or Andrea says, shout out to me. Hi, thanks. I like try to make all our posts bubbly, and Cole, my brother-in-law, the owner, he hates it. And he's like, this is so stupid. And I'm like, yeah, but look at how many likes it has.
That's exactly what it is. It's not necessarily about what's feeding his engine. It's what is getting the reactions. I will tell you. So have I ever told you a story about Paul?
No. Who's Paul?
Paul is a guy from Lowe's. Okay.
Okay.
Paul knows everything there is to know about Lowe's, their inventory, how to do this, how to do that. But Paul is a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody wants to talk to Paul. Nobody wants to ask Paul how to do anything because he's a jerk, because he is the guy that says, this is the way I learned it.
Yeah, we don't like Paul, it sounds like.
Correct. Well, in the fencing industry, I'm sure all of us could admit, we've met lots of Pauls. Okay. And this is a way for Paul to get out of his own way. Because you can, if you create a personality for your business, it doesn't matter what it is. I mean, you can all go all the way back to Target when they had the dog. That was the personality they were attaching to their brand back in the 90s. It happens all the time. But when you do that, it can take the Paul effect, the one that nobody wants to talk to because he's just that gruff guy.
Yeah.
And it can take that off. That in itself can increase. It's basically getting out of your own way.
That's so smart. And then Paul's likable again. Look at that.
Right. And you can make Paul likable in lots of different channels based off of, okay, well, we know on YouTube it's videos, TikTok it's, okay, shoot those there. Oh, we're going to have a post on Facebook that's just going to be something nice he did or something silly he did. It's all reputation management, but it's reputation management that you're doing ahead of the curve instead of trying to fix something that already got messed up.
Yeah, man, that is a good.
Like Craig Eubanks, he would be a perfect example of this. He has a different personality on TikTok than he does on Facebook. If you've seen any of his, and he pokes fun at himself on TikTok. Do I think he just walks around and wants to make fun of himself all the time? No. I mean, maybe, but I don't think he does. But it works for this. He's being silly. He's being relatable. But at the same time, if he was trying to work a deal, say, with a big business industry, he's going to be going to them on LinkedIn, and he's not going to be acting silly. It's going to be very professional. So you have to also be able to frame your actions based off of where they came to you from.
Yeah. Shout out Craig. I have seen them. They're pretty funny.
I mean, and when a lot of people, when they first saw him, they're like, what's he doing? And I was like, he's creating a personality. So whether he even realized he was doing it consciously or not, that's what he was doing. Right. But now I find myself looking for him when he's on there because I know there's going to be serious and there's going to be something to make me smile. I enjoy that. You know, there's people that love the serious. Okay. There's a part of TikTok for that too. Like, you just have to make sure your message is going to the right space, and you have to make sure your message is right, that it's thought out. Are you trying to inspire? Are you trying to get leads? Are you just trying to do some brand recognition and get some brand loyalty for later down the line? If you don't have all that planned before you post, it doesn't matter how great what you have is, it's most likely not, or it won't work. Such a cool dad.
I think that's a good kind of thing to lead us into our next, because we only have 9 minutes left. I don't know where this time has gone, and I don't like that it's going by so fast. Quantity over quality or quality over quantity?
Quality over quantity.
Okay.
because people don't want to hear hit like and save on everyone. Come buy a fence for me. Come buy a fence for me. If somebody's liked your page and they've already bought a fence from you, what are the odds? So if you just keep hammering that, what's going to happen is the unfollow or you're going to become tone deaf to your audience. And so when you really have something you want to put out there, it's not going to be seen. Right. Now, there should be a certain level of frequency, not post once and 3 months later post again. There needs to be some form of quantity, but these people that'll put 2 and 3 posts a day or even one a day, you're going to burn out your audience if what you're trying to do is create leads. If you're trying
I'm stroking out. Yeah, I feel like I'm stroking out when I keep scrolling and I see like the same company. And I'm like, what? I just saw you a minute ago. Why are you already up on my feed?
Exactly. The other day, my husband asked me that he wanted some phone clip holder so that he could get the little 360 moving while he's out there.
Yeah.
And I was going to Amazon. He's like, look at it on TikTok. I said, I don't want to. I don't want it in my algorithm because that's all I'm going to get ads for the next 2 weeks. He grabs my phone, TikTok, pulls it up. Guess what I've been looking at? Every other video is one of those stinking phone clips. And I'm like, so you have to also learn what you want to search on your TikTok to program that algorithm or figure out how to remove that stuff once you're done.
Yeah, no, that would be so annoying. Okay, so quality over quantity. What if we have a couple social media platforms, right? So like Women of FWA, we have basically every platform known to man.
Right.
I try not to go and copy and paste the same thing onto every social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
That's good, right?
That is good.
Okay, good.
If you wanted to take it to another step, so obviously in the library of all the videos from all the interviews that have been done, there's some funny moments, blooper moments, something like that. You can literally go recycle old videos to make a blooper clip to put somewhere just to make, but it's a way of recycling what you've already got and putting it into something new, maybe at times where you don't have something to put up.
Yeah.
Maybe holiday seasons, you don't have time to do live, whatever. You can do things like that and make it fun, or say, you know what, we did this live. Times have changed. We want to give some updated information. Here it is. You don't have to always come up with something brand new for every single post.
Okay.
You just don't want to rinse and repeat the same message over and over and over again.
Right. Yeah. And because that's where you lose interest, right?
Yep. And everybody's over the call now, press here. That has been getting used since 2006. People are so over it. They're like, we understand how to follow. It should be other things like, there's other ways to pull people in. And I will say this, even though AI and Google are not having the best days right now because of the implementation, and it's really messed up their traditional advertising platform, there are so many tools in AI that you can use if you have the idea and you just don't know how to implement it. Pull up a ChatGPT. Tell it what your idea is and what you're stuck on. You're not relying on it to do all the work for you, but you are using it for the advantages it has. Now, the one caveat I will put there is anybody who does anything from ChatGPT, please copyright check it first. Different platforms, there is a platform currently that is being sued right now because they let their AI read novels to teach itself. And it is now taking copyrighted novels, and when somebody's saying, write me a book on this, and they're copying it and pasting it, it's copyrighted material.
Jeez.
So if you're going to use AI, just do a quick copyright double check before you post so you don't have any drama.
Yeah.
Other than that, let it help you. You can even tell it. I mean, this is something that I try and tell my people. You can go in there, you can put what your post is going to be and say, what are the hashtags I should be using to make this viral?
Okay.
it'll pull the hashtags for you of what the most popular ones are right now for that subject matter. You won't have to think it.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know. And I think that's real useful for everybody. I've just recently got on the ChatGPT kind of train. And I was like, before I was like, this AI freaks me out. And now me and my ChatGPT were like BFFs, you know?
Well,
like,
wait till people
so
find out
nice.
turn off AI on Google.
Yeah.
People don't know that they can do it. And they're like, why can I never get answers? And the AI message up there is wrong. Well, it's scraping the internet of all the sites that are on there. It's getting the information from there. So if somebody put incorrect information,
that's what you're getting.
It's going to be regurgitated. I take it as a barometer. It's kind of getting you in the right direction. Do not take it at face value to be 100% gold, because it's not. Right. It's kind of reminds me of wiki pages.
Don't even get me started on those. I remember doing research papers, and it was like the death and birth date were like 2 days like past each other, and I'm like, this is not correct. Wrong. Ugh. Okay, well, we're kind of running out of time, but now that we've kind of talked about things to consider, I want to kind of go over your little chart. And I think Andrea, she was supposed to be on this with us, but was having bad signal. I kind of just want to go over that, and she's going to drop it down into the chat. Is that cool?
Yeah. Because
I think it's super duper helpful.
I would suggest, if anybody's looking at it when it pops up, screenshot it. So you can actually zoom in and see the details.
Right. Because on it, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I have it right here. It's the Choose the Right social media platform, and it goes into demographics, best for, and downside. And then on the bottom, it shows all of the icons for all the social medias.
Correct.
It shows users, it shows age range.
Mm-hmm.
It's really helpful. So once it pops up in the chat, make sure you save that, because I saw that and I was like, oh, instant save.
Correct. Well, and the best for and the downside, honestly, of everything on here, ignore the age range demographics, because that is the thing that literally is swinging on a pendulum on a monthly basis with these, because so many are out there. But the best for and the downside are definitely going to let you know what the limitations are and the benefits to be able to start plotting out. And you might have a post for Facebook that works, and a post for YouTube, and one for Instagram and all that. They don't all have to be posted on the same day at the same time. Spread it out. One, it'll make managing it a whole lot less insane. But two, it'll also let you see if a message is resonating somewhere. Okay, cool. Maybe the next one you need to beef up more on that. Or if it's completely flatlining, okay, well, you didn't put it on all the platforms to flatline. You know that that message didn't resonate. Try something else. So it's kind of a temperature check as well.
Yeah. And it's really good for, I think, people who just want to know the basics of social media. Right here, it lays it out. I mean, what are you really wanting to post? Again, back to your intent to post, you know, the best for and the downside of that. So thanks for sharing that with me and I guess the internet now.
You're welcome.
Yeah, well, I guess we're kind of out of time before they kick us off. I need to do some housekeeping though. Okay. Fence Show and Security Expo is coming up fast. Make sure you register and get your hotel room October 1st through 3rd. Women of FWA will be there. We also have a brunch. So in the newsletter, if you guys are registered to receive our newsletter, you can RSVP to that as well. We will also have new necklaces in collaboration with JC Guri. They are 10 out of 10. They're beautiful. Have you seen them yet?
No, but I know last year was the chain link is this year like a baby fence sign?
No, stop.
You said JC
Oh my gosh, new idea.
What is it?
No, it's me and Mary worked on them. It's a little chain, like a barb knot.
Oh,
like barb.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So just with like chain link and everything that like we do, I mean, on a personal level, barbed wire was like my first thought. And I was like, how cool would this be? So JC Gurry has posted them. They'll also be posted all over our social medias as well.
Very
But
cool.
you have to be at the show if you want one. And once they're gone, they're gone.
And how many are available so that people know they better get on it quick?
You know, Kim, that's a really great question. Maybe like 16. Well, don't quote me on that. I don't know.
Well, in other words, get on it quick because
Get on it quick. Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. We haven't
And
decided.
is there not a JC Gurry event the first night of the Fin Show?
There is. Oh my gosh. Look at you go.
I love them. I won't lie. I love them.
I'm obsessed with them. Mark and Mary, we talk like weekly. I love them too much. Yeah, what is their 75th anniversary party? So it just kind of kicks off the whole show. So make sure you RSVP to that as well. It's on our socials.
Wear it to that event.
It's on our socials and their socials as well. So make sure you RSVP to be cool and hang out with everybody because that's where everybody will be.
That's where all the cool kids go.
I guess so. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm good. Just can't wait to see the Fence Fam in October.
Oh my gosh, me too. Well, thanks so much for doing this with me. I know we kind of had technical difficulties, so thanks for bearing with us.
No worries. Give Andrea my love. I'm sorry it wasn't working.
It's all right. We'll have to do this again because I think there's so much more we could go in depth, you know? We didn't even touch everything. I'm looking at my list and we didn't even touch all of it. So
that's okay. Content for another day.
Yeah, part 2. All right. Thanks so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.